Welcome, everybody, to the Wellness Wednesday call. We do this every other week or every 2 weeks, however you'd like to refer to it. But what we do at Fun Saver Network is not only do we have these fantastic drops that everybody's excited about, everybody's going, these things are amazing, we're saving so much money. We do those 2 and 3 times a week. But we also have in the same store, in the same Fun Saver Network where you're seeing all the drops, all the previous drops, if you go to the health and wellness in that portion, you're going to see products that are there all the time. And most of the products there are from this gentleman that's right here, Mr. Daniel Lyons. And like always, we have talked to this gentleman every 2 weeks like clockwork because he keeps coming out with great stuff. And it's so inexpensive, but it's so phenomenal. So this is our Wellness Wednesday call. And if you're watching this right now on our YouTube channel, do us a favor. Please hit the like button. I mean, not the like button. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and leave a comment. You know, I see a lot of people subscribing and they're liking, but they're not leaving a comment. Leave a comment. Tell us how you liked it. Tell us what you liked about it, things of that nature. If you have a question, ask questions. So I'm going to get this thing started. We've been going for about 3.5 minutes. As I'm going to say again, I don't know how many of you have bought these products already, but I have them, and I know people that has bought them, and they absolutely love them. And it gives me great pleasure. I hope I know what I'm talking about. We've all been very busy. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce again to you Mr. Daniel Lyons, because if I'm not mistaken, they have a new product. Another one. So, Daniel, you have the floor, sir.
Well, thank you, Ron. As usual, I want to thank everybody for attending, and Sean and Bob and yourself, Ron. Just appreciate this opportunity to really present products that are in the health and wellness. But, you know, my business as a formulator and manufacturer is what gives me the opportunity to bring these products to you. It's not like I'm a distributor of these products and, you know, you're secondhand guy and third-hand guy. And typically in the multi-level industry, that's really what we're talking about, multi-levels of people that are involved in this. So what's an incredible opportunity is, you know, Sean and yourself and Ron and Bob, just being able to have a history with me in terms of these products. Some of the folks I see here, I know very well for the years that we've been offering these products on some platforms. And the unique thing about me, really quick, before I introduce another product, is that I don't advertise on Amazon. This is kind of by word of mouth, and just kind of I deal with clinicians and doctors, and I've created a clinician line because it's so effective. And you know me from the standpoint, I've been bringing creams to you, topical creams. They're unique in that they're liposomal creams. There's a liposomal technology that we've registered and patented, which is the ability to put inside of a phospholipid these bioactives that go through the skin rather than the digestive system. That's a history of doing this for over 16, 17 years, being the formulator and my scientific board, everybody associated with it. So I brought you these creams. There's a lot more to talk about the topical creams, but as a personal experience, the reason I use the skin as the point of administration for all of my supplementation is that I'm metabolically challenged. I'm one of those individuals, and there's lots of them on the planet, that have a hard time digesting fruit, vegetables, and the idea of methylation. It's called metabolic syndrome. I got it because I had surgery as a 14-year-old child at a bleeding ulcer. And I had surgical removal of a duodenum, I had to reconnect and all that. It's made it very difficult for my nervous digestive system. So it's really great to be able to offer another way other than the oral route. But we all have to eat our way to some kind of beautiful, nutritious food. And so tonight, I'm going to introduce a new product to you all, but it's not a new product to me. I've been making this product and had this formulation for the last 16 years. I had a partner that I used to be an amazing mentor for. We co-formulated together. He passed at the ripe age of 88 and left his entire company to me. He originally formulated this and then he gave this formulation to me. So I continue to manufacture these products. Two products I'm going to bring you tonight that are not topical creams. And the reason I didn't really talk about them before is because my main business, NutriRelief, is really that concept. It's a concept of supplementation through the skin. We all suffer from fatigue of pills, fatigue of supplementing another supplemental product, using the oral gratification of that, and whether or not we're really absorbing it. So I myself personally, I even have a hard time like digesting broccoli, crude vegetables, like almost not totally cooked vegetables. I can get an obstruction from that. I cannot digest them. I do not have the ability to break them down. So I can get an obstructive system. So tonight I'm going to introduce you to an amazing product that I've been utilizing for years. And it's really how I get all of my nutrition. You know, I have a dinner, I'll eat steak, I'll eat chicken and potatoes and all of that. But it's very difficult for me to really partake in crude vegetables, and vitamin amino acids through the oral route. But in this case, I'm going to bring you a product tonight. It's called NutriRelief. It's called Organic Green Power. Now you might say to yourself, hey, another green powder. Well, it's powerful, and it's a powerful powder. But the unique aspect of this is its phytonutrient complex and how we create this product. Now, I just sent this product to the warehouse, so should be available early this next week or this week, but it's there. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this product because you may say, oh, wow, just another organic green mixed drink, but it's not. And I'll be brief about it because I want to get into the reason why it's unique. It is USDA certified organic. And when I say that, you may say, oh, it's a big deal to put a seal on it. No, this is completely different. This product in its process goes through a rigorous process through a company called QAI International, Quality Assurance International. And so they go to every ingredient that's inside of this green powder and they certify that it's organic, the soil, the seed, everything associated with it. So within that process, it gets a certification, making it to be so unique that it is. But this is a unique formulation in that the products that are in it are so concentrated. Basically, it's a nutrient-dense, concentrated food source based on numerous scientific research, many studies associated with the ingredients that are in it. And I really want to talk about one or two of them. That's found in addition to vitamins, minerals, fiber, fruits, and vegetables, also contains dozens of unique compounds called phytonutrients. And that's what you really want to get when you're sourcing a food. You hope to get it from a broccoli. You hope to get it from your carrots. But the food sourcing that we've had is just really, it's kind of like big pharmas or big farmers, I call them, right? They're producing the products that are so lacking nutritional value that a broccoli no longer is a broccoli. It looks like one, but it doesn't have the phosphorus, the mineral, the copper, the magnesium, the manganese that used to be in the soil. So in this case, this is the product that we're talking about. These substances enable the body to maintain optimum health and function. We all know we need the green vegetables, but few of us eat enough to recap the benefits. That's why organic green power is a unique mix of natural grasses, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli family, sea vegetables, which are high in antioxidants and rich in nutrients our body need to maintain optimum health and function. Now you may say, okay, another, a lawnmower product, right? That's what it tastes like. That's what it looks like. But no, this product is amazing. It's got really vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, folate, B12, biotin, calcium, iron, phosphorus, iodine, magnesium, selenium, sodium, potassium, along with all of these unique grasses and vegetables. It's also got a probiotic blend in it to help absorb and help the microbiome of our stomachs. So this is a quick presentation to you of what this product is. But what I really want to go into is the unique form of the grass that's in this in my sourcing. Now, part of the business that I'm involved with is one thing, like almost all of the products that you see in the marketplace, supplements, all the ingredients in these supplements, they're all coming from China in these massive factories, and they're making analogs of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, and all these different things. But the key is in the sourcing. There's all these natural sourcing of products that can be in my products that I source that are fermented, or they come from reliable sources where people are actually growing them and using the fertilization like our ancestors used to use in order to make this product. And one of this is this Kamut brand of wheat that goes into our product. This is an ancient wheat from Egypt. And actually, it was kind of a lost seed at one time until it was refound again and then recultivated. And then the company that I used to manufacture this did all these amazing studies. Now, as we all know, in terms of our making pizzas and dough and the flour that we use, it's durum wheat. And they take everything out of it. They take everything. It's actually got no fortification of it other than what they add. You read inside your cereals and all of these things that are come from basic wheat product. It's all been bleached and sanitized, and then they try to fortify it. This is just an amazing product because it's so ancient. It's got all of those elements in it. So when I say the A, the B, the C, the D, the folate, the biotin, these are the properties of the wheat that it's got in it from the cultivation of it. It's a powerhouse of phytonutrients. I can go into it. I'd love to talk more about it, but I kind of want to move on to other things associated with it. But there are all kinds of amazing studies that have been on my product specifically. And the studies on it are just amazing. I mean, it's phenomenal to always have scientific studies and not just for me to be talking about what this is all about. And I can go into detail. It's been studied about the value of it for the heart, for diabetic, for gluten-free, for all of that. But that's the point on the product of this. This is beautiful in that it is gluten-free, it is GMP, it is vegan, it's halal, and it's just incredible in terms of how it's easily mixed. And I can talk about how I prepare it myself, but that'll be maybe in a Q&A on it, okay? But this is now available to you. Now, the other thing I really want to say about the company, which is the Fund Saver Network, is, I'm wholesaler. This is what I do. I make product, I fabricate the product, and I sell it wholesale. And, this is a very special deal that you folks are getting involved here, because when I get a wholesale account, I usually make a company map, a minimum advertised pricing. So the pricing is always matching my price, so not to undercut me or even my other wholesalers. But because this is a closed network of wonderful people, and Ron and Sean and Bob have invited you to come here, they are offering it at unbelievable. And as a wholesaler, I typically would kind of like bolt from that, but I'm just happy to be able to get you guys this product. The pricing is absolutely phenomenal, and you want to get onto it while you can. I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but I can tell they're wonderful people, and they're offering an incredible opportunity for you. Now, a lot of people, have gone and looked. I don't advertise on Amazon because I think that's a retail destroyer, and I don't advertise on eBay. I really do it with clinicians. I really do it to try to help people because I am the formulator. I'm not a middleman. I really enjoy that I'm getting it in your hands. So this is a new product. I can talk about it more on another site, on another Wellness Wednesday. I can go deep into it, but I always like to keep these things brief. Just kind of want to anticipate your questions about what's so different about this. I can go into ad nauseum about it, but I absolutely love this product. It's fantastic. And as far as a source of phytonutrients for easily, it's almost like pre-digested phytonutrients. That's why I really love the product. It's not like I'm having difficulty getting all of my phytonutrients, okay? Now, I'm approaching, in April, I'll be 70 years old, born in 1955. I'm really trying to maintain optimal health and cognition. My grandmother, she died at 98. She lived a long life. But, the thing that she always told me was is that, if you haven't got the brains, if you haven't got cognitions, what's the point of living so long? All of her friends, their brains turned to mush, and she didn't have anybody she could talk to later on in her years. But that really is what this is about, getting the nutrition, getting what our body needs to keep our healthy and active lifestyle going forward. So on that note, I'm going to move on to another product I want to introduce you to.
Oh,
And this is,
wait, you have two?
I got two.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I thought we were
Yeah.
doing one. That's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I just want to bring it quick because I just sent this over and it's something that, it's something I wanted to bring. I mean, I don't like to confuse you guys because you're saying, hey, I thought the guy was a topical cream guy. Yes, I am. It's a beautiful, wonderful amino acid. And I don't want to bore you guys when you come and you say, oh, guy's doing another cream tonight, because my line of creams is complete. I mean, literally, it's a clinician line.
Mm-hmm.
I use it for, people recovering from addiction, people recovering from cancer treatment, people recovering from neuropathy, diabetic, all these treatments. All of my creams are based on vitamin, minerals, and amino acids that we should be getting from our food, but we don't. Now, in this case, I'm offering a phytonutrient to give a base for that for you. But when you're suffering symptomatically with pain, neuropathy, the issues of long COVID, you've got symptoms that are necessary to try to counter brain fog, achy, arthritic conditions, neuropathy, high blood pressure. Those are the topics we talk about on Wellness Wednesdays and the products that I have that can assist in relieving those symptomatic conditions. But one important thing I want to introduce to you tonight is another product that I formulated and made. And this is a product that we've been doing for over 16 years now. And it's called Think Young. Think Young. And now this is a gel cap. And this is an amazing product. Now, I've been out of the product for about a year now because my formulator manufacturer who makes the product, which is it's a phosphatidylserine, which you may say, that's a mouthful. The product is a blend of 100 milligrams of phosphatidylserine and 25 milligrams of phosphatidylcholine. And what this is brain function. Our brains make this product already, but as we age, we make less and less of it. And that's the whole point of the confusion and early dementia associated with it. So what's so incredible about this is using one gel cap, it will really maintain that cognitive factor for you in terms of what it will do. It improves and will assist with Alzheimer's disease symptoms. It will actually help with that whole sundowner situation that happens of age-related cognitive decline. It combats depression. It helps Parkinson's disease symptoms, improves ADHD symptoms, and it boosts athletic performance in the overall understanding of how brain function works. Now, an interesting story about the product. Now, these are gel caps. They're beautiful gel caps. So what happened is that it's produced in Israel, the actual raw ingredients of the phosphatidylserine. But they got bombed during this whole Israeli issue going on, and their manufacturing plant went down. It's been down for about a year. So they just got back up. I just got the basic ingredient back into it, brought it to the States, and just formulated it with my company that makes these beautiful gel caps. So it's a gorgeous gel cap. You take 2 of these daily, and like I say, it's function junction. Your cognition is really returned. Now, interesting to talk about what happened in the process of me being down and not having a product. I have many people, elderly folks, that really depended on Think Young. I mean, their cognition is dependent on this. And so to try to help them out, I went on Amazon. I said, well, I don't know when this company is going to be back up, but let me see if I can find an alternate product for you, something that's similar. And I thought I did. I found some other companies that had phosphatidylserine, but didn't blend it with choline, the exact proportion, the type of gel cap. And I helped these people buy these products. And they came back to me with like, no can do. This is not an equal product. This is not making me feel the way I want. The cognition factor is not there. Your product is superior. Daniel, please, please, you've got to get back into making this product. So hallelujah, we got it back in service again. We got the product again, and I'm very happy to bring it to your attention, offer the whole group Think Young. So once again, it's phosphatidylserine, 100 milligrams together with 25 milligrams of phosphatidylcholine. These are the essential elements of brain function, brain material. This is what the brain utilizes in its cognition. Now, I can go into this deep. I love to spend more time on these wellness webinars, go into studies, go into functionality, go, what is a phosphatidylserine? I'm happy to do it. But for the benefits of tonight, I just want to bring an introduction and tell you guys about another wonderful product. So within the context of NutriRelief in the Fun Saver Network, I'm now bringing to you another product that is for digestion, the green power, to facilitate your absorption of phytonutrients, something that's easy as a meal alternative. It takes a place of a meal. Many people are into intermittent fasting. I'm one of those. I don't have breakfast. I have a couple cups of coffee, and I do a glass of green power. I mix it with an Atkins shake, a vanilla shake, a strawberry shake, a chocolate shake. I'll do a little video and show you how I do it, and it tastes delicious. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if you just put it in water, it's a lawnmower. It's a lawnmower adventure. But it's so incredible to get this into your system and so easily digestible. It also helps with losing weight. And as we're coming now into November, everybody's starting to, anticipate those, hey, I'm going to start January. I'm going to start a new health format in January 1. Well, I'm thinking about it right now. That's why I wanted to bring it to everyone's thinking about starting a new program, health and wellness, losing some weight, getting healthier, protecting your bones, and all these different products I have for them. So within this context, I want to offer you this super green power for digestion, weight loss, sugar metabolism also. It's fabulous for what it does, a probiotic source. And I also want to offer help in cognition, getting that brain function, getting together with the idea of ADHD, post-traumatic stress. This is very functional for everyone that's going through this stress. It's very, very effective for stress-related functions of the brain, but cognition, early dementia, they assist in those type of things, the sundowners. It's very effective for that. It's very it's a clear mind product and really helps with cognition. So I'm bringing two separate products to the Fun Saver Network that kind of complete my whole network of what I have with the dozen of topical liposomal creams I have, which are vitamin, amino acid, and mineral, and beneficial for sleep, pain, neuropathy. I really wanted to bring something digestive for weight loss and for phytonutrient nutrition, and also for brain function. So within that, wanted to keep a simple presentation for tonight, keep it down to like about 25 minutes, a half hour. I'm happy to take questions or anything, or come back to this topic again and really dive deep into it, because there's lots to dive into. But these Wellness Wednesdays, I appreciate y'all being here. And what I want to do is just bring the basic element of interest. And I want you to say, well, so what makes it different? Or how can I approach this? Or, I've tried these before, or I've heard other things. We can dive deep into it. But just for tonight's sake, I wanted to bring in two additional products that the Fun Saver Network has brought you in the wellness division. And that's the whole point here. Take advantage of the pricing on this, because, my wholesalers would be very jealous. My other wholesalers here, that I've made such an incredible deal with the Fun Saver Network, but it's all for you guys. I mean, I was approached by Bob and Ron. He's like, hey, Daniel, help us bring these good folks something wonderful. And Shane, I mean, I don't know how the guy does it. He's a master of just taking a small margin on top. And he, a successful businessman like that, y'all are taking advantage of something very wonderful in the Fun Saver Network. And I applaud all of you for being here and taking advantage of this wellness program. So that's
Well,
my
thank
story
you,
today.
Daniel.
And I really appreciate talking to all of you. And any questions, at all,
Yeah,
please.
I have questions, and I know there's more in the chat, and I see a hand up already. You kind of answered one already, but listen, fantastic presentation. I'm super excited. Let me let everybody know the product has already been shipped, Fun Saver Network, so it's coming from California to Chattanooga. It's on its way. We expect to have it at our warehouse Thursday evening, Friday morning. And
Mhm.
we will go ahead and put the SKUs into the system and the pricing and everything will be there for you at, I'm going to say, as of sometime Monday. And you'll be able to go in and purchase it. But I have a question, and I think you answered it. Okay. Uh,
Sure.
I was listening to everything you said about the green power, and a couple of questions. First was, how does it taste? And I think you said, if you put it in water, it's a lawnmower event. I get it.
Yeah. I mean,
Because,
that's what it is.
yeah,
It is phytonutrients. But I mean, that's the point. No one wants to, even wheatgrass. I mean, so popular, chug a lug. But the way, which is so, I mean, many people are familiar, for example, with Ensure, these basic drinks as a meal supplement. I use Atkins shakes. I mean, just a protein shake. It's low fat. It's got very little in it. This is the product I use. It's a Atkins shake in this
okay,
case, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, and you put a scoop of the green power at the bottom of a glass, add a little water, blend it up. I throw some ice in it, blend it good, and I put in these protein shakes. And I mean, these protein shakes are incredible. 15 grams of protein, gram of net carbs, very little sugar and fiber, but they're all there. They're all out there. At Costco, you buy them and all of that. And as elders or people, we're needing that as, food supplementation. But when you mix it, it tastes like I mean, whether you like a McDonald's vanilla shake or not, now, I'm scared to admit I even would get one of those or a Bob's Big Boy shake. It tastes just like that. It's fabulous. You don't even taste any of the grassy capacity of the phytonutrients because of the ingredients. But you can mix it with apple juice. You can mix it with orange juice. You could be brave and take it with water. But I mean, it is just delicious. It is delicious when you use it as a meal alternative with just one of these shakes, which are relatively inexpensive. So you're really getting a full meal replacement, and really you feel energized after you do it. So there's the
and,
answer to
and
that.
and how much? I mean, what is a serving?
Okay, so they're in this, it's 240 grams, 30 servings, so 30 meals in this, and inside of this is your basic, small scoop that you've got with the product, and you put a scoop
Okay,
of the
got it,
green power,
got it.
just a small scoop into your full glass of shake. But, I mean, hey, I wouldn't say it's new, but what it is phenomenal in terms of the process that we go through. A lot of these shakes, you go to Amazon, you take a look at them, they're kind of kitchen sink stuff. You can't be sure of the ingredients. That is what my opening was. So not
Yes.
only are these USDA certified organic, this QAI International, it took 15 weeks. It takes 15 weeks every time. They go to where the seed and the location of the cultivation of this, and they certify that is USDA organic.
Mm-hmm.
You may see that seal on other products, but not, you better make sure you've got a QAI International. This is a regulated international organization that qualifies to be able to put that seal on the product. Quality Insurance International is a US-based international organic certification company that is authorized by the US State Department of Agriculture as a USDA accredited certifying agent that operates globally. But I mean, they're serious. I mean, it's not like no shortcuts. So I have a lead time of making the product, but I'm just love the end of the product. So something you can look up if you want to, but I can
Yeah,
talk more
yeah.
about it.
That's interesting, and I can't wait to try the Think Young. Really, really.
Think Young, yeah, it is a
Yeah,
great
I
product. Great
can't wait to
team.
try it. But let me go to some questions. I know there were some questions. Jim had his question up. I guess he fell off. He was here. I don't know where he went. Maybe he'll come back in. I don't know. So let me go to the text. Let me scroll through the text.
Sure.
Okay. Question. Most powders are chalky. How is this one? I'm curious. Does it taste sweet? Okay. So there's
No,
another.
no sugar, no preservatives. I mean, it's so natural in its formation. That's the beauty of this. It's not one of those sweet things. But once again, that's why, I'm not promoting. And that's the other thing. All these, I've looked at all these products, looked at their pricing, looked at their formulation. And within the whole supplemental industry, there's a lot of bad actors within this. We're just throwing products together. And that's just it. I mean, I'm the formulator. Okay. So I put my name on a product. I get scrutinized in what I do. And I have doctors that are basically utilizing this product in their practice. So, like I say, my background is I'm just not slinging products out there. I specifically have a scientific board of environmental doctors, gynecologists, general practitioners, and we go through all of what we're doing and why we're doing this. My product line that you're buying is a clinician line. You're typically, if you're with a functional medicine doctor or a naturopathic doctor, you might see my product in there as you travel through the United States. And this is the beauty of what I do. I supply products to doctors.
Okay.
And it's I'm scrutinized for all the ingredients that are certified and on my whole process of what I do. So that is one of the key elements to what you have the confidence of going forward. But the chalkiness, it's not chalky. It's just phytonutrient.
Gotcha. So the next one is,
yeah.
And I'm sure there is, but is there someone we can talk with about which products to purchase based on our own personal issues? That's a question.
Oh yeah. I get like I see Cheryl right there that's looking at me, and a number of other folks Ron. I mean, I can't even look sometimes because I'm presenting, but there's got to be a half a dozen people that have already tried my products. And the key ends up being I take phone calls. I am busy. I do have my business is really helping folks in terms of it. And a lot of it is symptomatic, I get calls of people that are basically going through cancer protocols, they're going through a diabetic neuropathy, they're going through arthritic conditions, post-traumatic stress, trying to get off opioids. And, I am not a doctor practitioner. I create a clinician's line. So, but what I do is I work on symptoms. So a lot of the time, the symptoms are almost all the same for long COVID, for Lyme disease, for Valley disease, for cancer treatments, and it's going to be brain fog, arthritic condition, neuropathy, pain in the bodies. And so many of my products assist in healing the body. And really, as I talked about in the previous ones, we all want to get with a doctor. We all want to have a doctor practitioner that you're getting your blood test, getting your basic line from. And by understanding your deficiency of magnesium or glutathione or vitamin C, or your hormonal levels. That's when you come and say, hey, I'm deficient. I need magnesium. I need B12. My brain isn't functioning. I've got brain. What are your symptoms? What are your pain afflictions? And we have these creams that are so effective and the products that are so effective to alleviate and assist in these. So that's really the basis of what we do.
So before we take the next one, I have another question. Just curious, when are you going to have the B12 back in stock?
B12 is about 30 days out still, man.
Okay.
So it's coming. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Sorry.
It flies off the shelf, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's good.
And okay, so the next one is: does the green drink have stevia?
No, it's got no sugar.
No sugars. No sugars.
That's why I suggest adding whatever you want. I can go. We can do a whole webinar. We can do on sugar.
And we will.
Really want to. That's the bad actor. Okay. So you're not going to really see that within my products because that's the whole point of using take your choice of products. I don't want anything more than a gram of sugar in anything I take. It's in everything. And it's really destructive to the body. So you're adding a sweetener to this.
Mhm.
We're talking about phytonutrients here, vitamins, minerals.
Yep. Yep. And the next one is the gel caps. Are they for adults only?
Um, you know, I would say yes, although I do have, once again, I have a big practice with a number of autistic families.
Mhm.
And that's really kind of really partial to my heart. My first partner, his name was Alan Schwartz, Dr. Alan Schwartz, wrote the book on Autism Revealed. And we really formulated our first creams with the autistic child within the idea of brain function, nootropics. The phosphatidylserine, this is something that you get as we're forming as children. You have all the benefits of everything you should have that you got from your mother during pregnancy. But that's, the other thing you brought up about, folic acid, B12. We're creating new creams that are for pregnancy
Mhm.
nutrition because what's really starting to develop here is the lack of food sourcing, the lack of proper phytonutrients during pregnancy is what a lot of the reasons are for autistic spectrum, for deformations happening. A lot of that is in the womb. And so, really, we're working towards that in terms of nutrition for women. But as far as children are concerned, that would be up to the adult themselves. But they, typically, we don't recommend I don't recommend any pill formations to children. I do use the topical creams because you can use just a small amount. And in this phosphatidylserine, once again, that's the distinction that I want to make clear. I don't sell pills specifically, and I think you might have heard me if this is the first time you've been on this. I deal with so many practitioners, naturopaths. We're into a whole new program. This mega dosing days are over. So a child, to take, think young, 100 milligrams, that's an adult application. The beauty of, say, for example, the GABA L-theanine, my topical cream, that's a beautiful amino acid to help with brain function. ADHD, autistic children is what it was formulated for, to help with brain function, ADHD. But you could just give just a little tiny bit squirt on a wrist. And, slow and slow, low and slow is really, I think, what we're talking about with practitioners these days.
And I,
Find your deficiencies, supplement a small physiological dose, daily basis, get a protocol, and let your body heal itself. This mega dosing orally, you're taxing your liver with the digestive system to eliminate the incipients that are in these 100, 500,000 milligram of these analog products that are coming out of China, India. So that's really kind of where I'm in a different format in terms of low and slow. So yeah, the Think Young is not something that's if a mother was wanted to give it to her child, that'd be her own decision. But I'm not recommending this for
yeah,
children.
yeah.
But I do have families that are
And I think you kind of answered the next question, because the question is, will it help autistic individuals with ADHD? I think you just answered it as an adult dose.
yes.
Yes. But what would be the cream that would help a child? What's the name of
Yeah,
it?
the GABA L-theanine was formulated for anyone on the autistic spectrum, just because it's really functional for reducing stress and creating the function of the neurons, it calming down it's a nootropic once again is that's the formulation of the gamma butyric acid together with the L-theanine, which is a derivative of green tea. But these really calm that overexcitement of a child going to school that's overactive or stressed or on the spectrum on any level. And it can be applied multiple times,
Yeah.
calming them down. The overexcitement of the spectrum is what the GABA L-theanine will just kind of calm down. Same for nighttime for us as adults, sleeping. This GABA L-theanine is part of the sleep protocol because we're all waking up in the middle of the night. And, I just read an article, really interesting study about the people that are that are suicidal, the people that are so stressed and take their lives. This always happens during this stress period during the night. That's where most of this happens. From 2:30 to 6 a.m. in the darkness is where people start to run that machine of life's issues and life's stressors, and I'm all alone here in the darkness. And this is really the beauty of getting that controlled, steady sleep cycle. And the GABA-L-theanine will assist with sleeping as a function so essential for children and for autistic spectrum, but also just the calming to keep the calm and the stress and anxiety down.
Yes. And James, the whole line of products are available at Fun Saver Network, all of them. Next question, is there a similar or available coming to red nitric oxide product?
That also is coming to, yeah, it's great. So I just, a lot of it, as a formulator, I'm always looking for better sourcing and on this. In terms of it, I'm really shifting from when I do a formulation, like I say, typically all the ingredients are, all the ingredients are, analog. They're formulations that are they're synthetic formulations. I'm really like next week I am going to the supply side. It's the biggest supply. I've been invited by the company that I'm making this fermenting MQ7 from. And what I'm sourcing now is new sources of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, B12, folic acid, all of these things that I'm talking about, that the reason these formulations are changing is because I'm getting sustainable, functional ingredients that are much more natural and are done in different ways rather than just importing synthetic ingredients on my formulation from China or India, because they make it all. This is the whole point. We're trying to get into companies that are utilizing, the forest of Canada or the jungles of Guatemala, and some of these herbs, caffeine, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, glutathione, fermented forms of them. So that's, you're involved with me, and that's what I do as a professional. I'm sourcing, unique sourcing to really talk why my creams are different. They're different because I'm taking the time to find unique ingredients. So with the nitric oxide, it's coming.
Okay, but I know it's coming, but if I'm not mistaken, when I hear someone ask that question about red nitric oxide,
yeah,
and I could be totally wrong, but my brain goes to blood flow. That's why they're asking
yes.
that question.
Yeah. Well, it's not red. It's not red, but it is nitric oxide.
Yeah. So you already have a cream that does that, yes?
Yeah.
So L-arginine that has, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great question. If you don't mind talking about it, let's dive deep. So we have a nitric oxide cream that is available now. It's called Trauma Max. Mm-hmm. Trauma Max is a nitric oxide booster. The unique aspect for the whole story of nitric oxide, why people are interested in it, is it does lower blood pressure. As we get older, this is a big topic too. What happens? Just like glutathione, just like melatonin, just like everything, we become deficient. And what's the biggest killer is heart disease. And what's happening is obviously the idea of our arteries, hardening of the arteries. And that's what nitric oxide does. It offers more blood flow, but it gives pliability to the endothelial sheath that's inside every one of our blood vessels. Hardening of the arteries happens because of all the LDL or cholesterol that's formed, or the calcification that gets in our arteries to stop the flow going to the heart. That's what creates high blood pressure, one of the reasons for high blood pressure. So nitric oxide is generated and won a Nobel Prize by the discovery of L-arginine amino acid and L-citrulline. Now, in the Trauma Max, L-arginine and L-citrulline are in the Trauma Max. So it is a vasodilator, meaning it dilates and opens up your blood vessels. So it's fantastic for diabetic neuropathy of the legs, the ankles, for ulcerated diabetic repercussions from diabetes. But we also put two pain medications in it, arnica and boswellia. So what those are utilized for is to take arthritic pain away or diabetic pain from neuropathy. Now, it's the yellow label. This is the product. It's called Trauma Max.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a nitric oxide boost. Now, we do make a product that is specifically, it's called NutriFlow Max, and that's all it is. It's got niacinamide, and it doesn't have any pain relievers in it. Now, the reason I put pain relievers is because a lot of people wanted it for diabetic neuropathy with nerve damage. So their feet were hurting or arthritic condition where there was pain in their hands. This is an amazing product for arthritic condition too. It takes away inflammation at the joints and knuckles, brings extra blood flow to those areas, and then has the natural pain relievers too of arnica and boswellia. And I mean, it's a lifesaver. I mean, it works immediately. You can target the pain on your body. So this nitric oxide story we're talking about, we have it. But I have two other one called nitric oxide boost. It's just a different formulation in its pathway to nitric oxide, because there's, in the science, which we can get into on another whole wellness, the science of the pathway to nitric oxide are many. Tryptophan can give you nitric oxide. Glutathione can create nitric oxide. All in these ways we go about it. But a Nobel Prize was won by two scientists for L-arginine, L-citrulline, amino acid. They end up making Viagra out of that. So that is kind of the end conclusion of that. And, from the commercial, is it a question of blood flow or low T? No, it's nitric oxide, which is the beneficiary of, for example, Viagra. And in this case, we're offering that to you too. And that's what my other products, asking the question on the red, I don't know about red, but the nitric oxide product, we are making another product. I think Cheryl has a question here.
She does, and I'm going to get to her. She's up next. Hold on one second. Cheryl, go ahead.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi. Yeah, Daniel, I was going to ask you because you just mentioned it a minute ago, but the NutriFlow Max is not in our store. So I was going to ask you, are you bringing that? I still had some left, so I didn't need to buy any yet, but I live with that stuff.
No, I mean, I'm, like I said, we're a small company. I wish we were unlimited in our ability to just make, but you can see, you can see we've completely rebranded the products. We completely reformulated all of them. Now I say reformulated, they're the original formulation, but we got a new bottle, we got a new label, and the amount of money that I spend as an individual, like I don't have partners. It's all self-financed. We're not a massive company. Hopefully FundSaver will make me a better company.
We will.
But the key ends up being is, I'm a small production company, and that is coming. I just am kind of looking at a reformulation to make it a better product. So I'm in sample formulation and it's coming. But like I said, in the meantime, you're using the Trauma Max, and the only thing is the only difference in that the Trauma Max in it is I wouldn't advise that for ED function, okay? Because it's got peppermint in it, and it's got the arnica and boswellia. That could cause a little bit of irritation there in not the kind of way I might want it to be. But for all the other functions, Cheryl, I mean, you're using it for that reason, or I mean, it's great for arthritic conditions, great for neuropathy. The fact that it's got the pain reliever in it, it will work that way for you too. Or you think the NutriFlow Max works even better?
I like the NutriFlow Max. I've been using it for all these years, and it's just one of those ones I always keep on hand.
Yeah, it's coming. I don't give up on it.
I'm not going to give up on you.
I don't give up on anything. It's just a matter of dollars and donuts.
The reason that I knew about the Trauma Max already when I asked that question when the nitric oxide was brought up, because again, I use it a lot, and I use it for bowling because my shoulders it kills me, and I put it on there and it doesn't kill me. So it works.
Now I was thinking about you the other night when I woke up at 2:30 and at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was thinking of you, Ron, and I was thinking, are you using the 10% niacinamide on your shoulder?
Uh, is that the Trauma Max?
No.
No.
Oh, is it what I got from you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
let's segue to one thing. I know we're coming up to the top of the hour. I was thinking about you that the 10% niacinamide. Can you just grab me one, please? Here it is. The 10% niacinamide, and niacinamide is really interesting. It's a B vitamin also.
Mhm.
But this is the product. It's the 10% niacinamide.
Mhm.
And that's a pharmaceutical dose. It's a bigger dose, but I was thinking of you specifically because I think you should be using this well could perhaps be the difference between your championship year and just an average bowler. Okay? Because this niacinamide specifically works on growing ligaments. So, like if you've dislocated your shoulder, okay, and you're trying to repair your shoulder, you just can't, it's not like you're going to go get an operation and they're going to tie up those ligaments.
Mhm.
You're just going to have to rest and you're going to have to do PT, physical therapy, to get it back. But in that process of tearing a ligament, and that's anywhere in a knee, an ankle, sports injury, football, whatever, when you tear ligaments, or even when you get a knee replacement or a hip replacement, they're cutting into ligaments. This niacinamide creates fibroblasts for new ligament growth. So you should be rubbing this on, and what you're doing is you're creating fibroblasts of new ligament growth on that shoulder. And I think you could be strength building ligament strength in your shoulder. And I think you could have a better swing, stronger swing, and a more full mobility if you mix that with the Trauma Max.
Perfect.
So you're putting the Trauma Max together in the palm of your hands for the pain, the anti-inflammatory, but you're putting the 10% to grow and create ligament strength and growth. And I would recommend this to everyone who's had a hip replacement, a knee replacement, or any surgery where muscular cuts were made. You want to re-emphasize growing ligaments in joint areas. The 10% niacinamide is the bomb. It just adds to fibroblasts for growing, and it preserves also existing cartilage. Okay. Now, a lot of people, we call it collagen power, and it does preserve the existing collagen. Many people say, hey, the collagen that we have, we're born with, and then when it goes away, we don't grow it back. This isn't a unique thing. It just creates fibroblasts. A lot of people have bone on bone. The last thing I'll say, bone on bone situations, and they're like desperate. They don't want to get a hip replacement. They use this 10% niacinamide, and it creates a veneer of collagen, I'll call it, but what it is, skin fibroblasts on a bone on bone, and they don't have that hitch, that like bone spur that they have, and they swear by it, and they change their life, and they're not getting a hip replacement. It just allows them to get through it. So in that same effort, it does preserve cartilage. So if you've got back issues with slip disc and all that, the 10% niacinamide will protect your existing cartilage that you do have.
That's
as you function.
Yeah. Okay. Last
And
question.
it gets rid of scars too.
Yep.
All right. I missed that, Cheryl. What'd you say?
It gets rid of scars too.
Oh yeah. Cheryl's got a whole testimonial about scar healing. So that's an amazing story too.
So last question, we're going to get out of here. We've been here almost an hour. Do you have a product that's recommended for autoimmune disease?
Yeah, it's a whole nother story, and let's set that as a Wellness Wednesday. I've got a whole basis. Now, the vitamin D3, there's a whole study basically indicating that, and I've got studies to support this with the MENA-Q7 now, that the deficiencies that happened during COVID and the people that passed on during COVID time was low D3. And this is retrospective of the sun not getting the sun, the conversion of converting sunlight to D3, but it's also from Lyme disease, that pathogen of the Borrelia in the stomach from a tick bite, or even valley fever, okay, is stopping the absorption your endogenous absorption of vitamin D3. If you have low D3 or you are chronically low in D3, they believe that is the axis of autoimmune disease. Okay, so what we're trying to say, you can use this as a protocol, D3 protocol, and you'll see your autoimmune start to go away, meaning psoriasis, skin condition. That's the first thing that happens in autoimmune. You'll see it in the skin conditions. The body will start to have dry skin, flaky skin, psoriasis, eczema, and associated autoimmune. But you've got to build your immune system. So, I mean, this doesn't happen overnight, but the biggest booster of autoimmune is D3, but all of the amino acids and the minerals I'm bringing to the Fun Saver Network. You've got to bring your levels up and let the body heal itself. Okay?
I can't thank you enough for the knowledge that you bring to this thing. I look forward to these Wellness Wednesdays with you. It's just different. It's different because look, a lot of us have been involved in the MLM stuff, you know, in our lifetime and things of that nature. And I'm just going to tell you, I know that quite a few of them go to these companies that already say they have things formulated in powders and they can white label it for you and all that. I know. I understand. That's the China stuff you're talking. I get it. I get it. This is a whole different animal. And I'm going to tell you why that is, Daniel. I have been in so many health and wellness companies in my 35-year career inside the MLM industry. And I'm the guy that really tried the products. And I am the guy that if it didn't work, I'd go, don't work for me. I am that guy, right? But I got to tell you, since I got introduced to you and your lovely wife, Kesia, and the very first product I started trying with you guys was the Trauma Max. And I noticed a difference immediately with the Trauma Max. And you guys are so sweet. You reached out to me going, do you have anything else going on in that could help you? And you guys sent me some more things to try. You sent me this D3.
Yep.
I do 2 pumps of this every single morning.
Perfect.
And the same morning, I do this, 2 pumps of this every single morning. I got to tell you something. I'm the guy that says the stuff doesn't work for me. This stuff that I'm using, these creams, and I'm not telling you it's going to work for you because I can't do that.
Yeah.
I am telling you it's working for me. This is the first time, literally, in my 35-year career that I've ever had anything come from a health and wellness company that did something for me. It is the first time, Daniel, the very first time ever. Okay? So I've always been a business builder, and I never said anything bad about the products because people on my team was getting results, and I didn't want to do anything wrong. I didn't want to deflate them. I don't have to here. These are working for me. It's an amazing thing.
And just quick, because, and maybe people that hadn't been here, I see a number of people, if you're new, it's because, you know, it's a liposomal version of, we're using the skin as the point of administration rather than oral. So you're not digesting it. You're not having to go through the liver. It'll come run around into the bloodstream, but you're directly targeting pain or location, or you're targeting nutrition rather than using your mouth. Now we've got, you know, going back to the mouth product, but I have an issue with that. But because you use the skin, you're really seeing you can use much less and it's getting absorbed. You are what you absorb. And when you take things orally, it's like, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Am I digesting it? Is the liver working? Is it metabolizing it? These go directly into your circulatory system to alleviate pain, bring blood flow, reduce inflammation. That's the name of the game here. Okay. So I really appreciate, Ron, you telling that, you know, these are effective creams. This is a clinician line. My line is in doctors' offices, practitioners. They are loving it as an alternative to pills. So appreciate it.
And at nighttime, I'm using the magnesium and the other for sleeping. And I sleep like a baby now. I haven't done that in probably 30 years.
Beautiful.
But I do now. But listen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel, thank you so much for being here for us. And I want to say this. Thank you for what you do for Fund Saver Network. That is important to us because it gives us the opportunity to pass your knowledge, your product over to the thousands, the 100,000s, and the million that we're going to go to. That's our goal. That's what we're going to get to. We're going to make you a large distributor. Trust me, we're going to do it. I mean, you can do it on your own, but we just love working with you. So we're going to do everything we can to help you get there.
Thank you, guys.
Folks, I want you guys to have a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you for coming here on Wednesday like you do. We will be back with Daniel and his lovely wife in 2 weeks from tonight on a Wednesday. So have a fantastic night, everybody. See you next week. Tomorrow we have Bob Bearden. He will be also doing the opportunity presentation, 7 o'clock, same place. We're on Zoom. Have a great night, everybody.